A jug fills drop by drop. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think we become. Always be mindful of the kindness and not the faults of others. An idea that is developed and put into action is more important than an idea that exists only as an idea. An insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Chaos is inherent in all compounded things. Strive on with diligence. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Do not overrate what you have received, nor envy others. He who envies others does not obtain peace of mind. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. Every human being is the author of his own health or disease. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to yourself and others. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. He is able who thinks he is able. He who experiences the unity of life sees his own self in all beings, and all beings in his own self, and looks on everything with an impartial eye. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. However many holy words you read, however many you speak, what good will they do you if you do not act on upon them? I do not believe in a fate that falls on men however they act, but I do believe in a fate that falls on them unless they act. If we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. If you light a lamp for somebody, it will also brighten your path. If you propose to speak, always ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? In a controversy, the instant we feel anger, we have already ceased striving for the truth, and have begun striving for ourselves. In separateness lies the world's great misery, in compassion lies the world's true strength. In the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their own minds and then believe them to be true. It is better to travel well than to arrive. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Just as treasures are uncovered from the earth, so virtue appears from good deeds, and wisdom appears from a pure and peaceful mind. To walk safely through the maze of human life, one needs the light of wisdom and then the guidance of virtue. Meditation brings wisdom, lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. No matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Remembering a wrong is like carrying a burden on the mind. The foot feels the foot when it feels the ground. The mind is everything. What you think you become. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. The thought manifests as the word. The word manifests as the deed. The deed develops into habit. And the habit hardens into character. The virtues, like the muses, are always seen in groups. A good principle was never found solitary in any breast. The way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. The whole secret of existence is to have no fear. Never fear what will become of you. Depend on no one. Only the moment you reject all help are you freed. There are only two mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting. There has to be evil so that good can prove its purity above it. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. Three things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle, wise people are diligent. To enjoy good health, to bring true happiness to one's family, to bring peace to all, one must first discipline and control one's own mind. If a man can control his mind, he can find the way to enlightenment, and all wisdom and virtue will naturally come to him. To keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise we shall not be able to keep our minds strong and clear. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. Virtue is persecuted more by the wicked than it is loved by the good. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. What we think, we become. What you are is what you have been. What you'll be is what you do now. Whatever words we utter should be chosen with care, for people will hear them and be influenced by them for good or ill. When one has the feeling of dislike for evil, when one feels tranquil, one finds pleasure in listening to good teachings. When one has these feelings and appreciates them, one is free of fear. When you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head back and laugh at the sky. Without health, life is not life, it is only a state of languor and suffering, an image of death. Work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. You can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself, and that person is not to be found anywhere. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. You cannot travel the path until you have become the path itself. You only lose what you cling to. You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Your body is precious. It is our vehicle for awakening. Treat it with care. Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Thanks for listening. May your dreams come closer to you, and your spirit remain strong. If you like our affirmation or motivational videos, please subscribe and visit our website, goodvibesportal.com.